Greetings everybody, my name is Tommy the Game Master and welcome to my channel. Well, I saw some interesting discussions on Facebook and a few other places about the new Kingdom Hearts trailer, and I decided to go and make a video discussing one of the points in that trailer, and that is just who is this cloaked figure in the last third of the trailer that deals with Kingdom Hearts Unchained X. Now, so far, if you kept up with the game, I have not, but basically, that game goes way back to kind of this pre-apocalyptic era in the Kingdom Hearts universe, where basically everything's hunky-dory except for these Keyblade wielders who are about to have a war, and that's because one of the top wielders is supposedly a traitor, and the question is, who is it and what's his connection to people in the story? Well, during this trailer that kind of shows the movie version of what Unchained X is, we finally see a black-coated figure kind of saying some of the stuff young Xehanort was doing during the original Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer about how the light is destined to be snuffed out in darkness, winning in the Book of Prophecy and all of that. And then we see another kind of odd scene where one of the apprentices is talking to him and he just says, "No, it's not possible for me to interfere." So who is he? Is he the master, or is he the traitor, or is he both, and who is his connections with? Some of the people who say he's got to be either Vanitas or Xehanort, I'm going to probably say not possible on either one. First off, I've heard Vanitas. I don't know why you would think it's Vanitas. Vanitas was born when Ventus's soul got cleaved in birth by sleep. He cannot be any older than that, and those who suggested that he can use time travel, because the time travel aspect in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance was incredibly convoluted. I'll simplify it by saying go watch the television show Quantum Leap, because that's how the majority of it works. You cannot time travel beyond your own lifetime. You have got to be alive in order for yourself to be able to time travel. Since this happened supposedly during another era in the game series lore, it's impossible for Vanitas at least to be alive. Now, is it Xehanort? Well, it can't be Xehanort in any of his current forms, that's for sure. Because, Xehanort's probably approaching maybe 80 or 90 years old in the series lore. It's not really said how old he is, but he's an old man. But he's by no means, incredibly immortal, ancient old to have exactly been alive in his current form here. He's got to be the same age Eriquis was. But, one of the things Xehanort can do is that he can move himself into other bodies, which we saw in Birth by Sleep. And one of the things that people point out, well, it's got to be Xehanort because he said he would live to beyond the Keyblade War. Well, what Xehanort was talking about in that scene is the Keyblade War he is about to start. It's Keyblade War 2. We've already had the original Keyblade War. That's how the Keyblade Graveyard was created. He wants to start a second one just to see how much that will change the world, because that's what fascinates his curiosity. It's his obsession. It's his number one goal, basically, is to spark another war. And that's why he took over Terra. So he's not talking about the events in this game when he said that. So, if there is a connection to a person in the present, who do I think he's most connected to? Well, ironically, Sora. And why do I have to say that? Well, look at the way he's kind of posing when he says, "No, not possible." He's got this really laid-back air. That's another reason why I don't think it can be Xehanort in any of his forms, because most of his official forms, whether it's young Xehanort or old Xehanort, has this really serious air to him. Like there is absolutely really no fun to the guy. Here, you can see he's kind of relaxed. He's kind of just blowing off. And then he makes that odd posture of putting his hands behind his head. Who in the series puts his hands behind his head? Only two characters so far, Ventus and Sora. And Sora's the one that's important, because he doesn't have any connection to the Keyblade that we know so far. Everybody else has inherited theirs somehow. Sora has not. According to the creators, no, Sora does not get his power from Ventus being inside him. Ventus has never led him his power. Ventus is unable to pass his Keyblade along because Ventus was never a master. So, therefore, he can't be connected to Ventus that way. So, this guy putting his hand behind his head and being someone who's obviously a rival to these original Keyblade Master apprentices kind of says that that might be a connection to Sora there just by the way he's relaxing. Now, is he evil? That's also unknown. Xehanort made those coats in the future, but they're not always worn by bad guys. That's an important thing to realize. Lee still has his coat on, and he's a good guy now. Ansem wears a coat. The real Ansem wears a coat like that. He's a good guy. Riku has worn a coat like that, is a good guy, and even Mickey Mouse has had a similar looking coat. So that doesn't necessarily mean he's evil, but he's definitely up to something. He's definitely someone who is going to disturb the order. Not necessarily meaning that he's evil, but he is going to be someone who causes problems. And whether, if he is the master that they're all talking about, whether he's good or bad is also going to be interesting, because one of the next line is someone saying we have to disobey the master kind of in a way that says if we keep following this guy, he's going to lead us to our deaths. Anyways, I just decided I would share some of my views of this. I would love to hear anybody's comments. If you have any, feel free to leave them down below. This is Tommy the Game Master signing out.